Good day guys, this is Marcel. We're back with another episode and we have a wonderful guest here, Wilma, from the Design to Work. So, tell us more about this year or a little bit.
Thank you, Marshall. I'm Wilma. I don't know if I must say my age, okay. So I'm one of the owners of Design to Work and I am the CEO. What we do at Design to Work is we procure and we distribute PPE. Right, so you place your order, we get it for you and we deliver. We don't hold stock, although we have some stock due to clients' returns and things like that. But what we have, we normally just sell, we sell it off or we will give it back to the supplier. Alright, so we are two women who started this company.
Okay.
And we started it in 2020. In the midst of COVID, we started Design to Work. And obviously, COVID being COVID, we started with selling masks.
Okay.
And a lot of companies wanted the mask branded and all of that, and then we started with that. And as time went on, we started selling the actual PPE, right? Like your safety boots, your reflector vest and all of that. So our clientele or our target market is mostly the industrial area in Atlantis, but we are not limited to because we've got clients as far as Azefontein, we've got some restaurants in Bloberg, so we supply all over the peninsula. And yeah.
Okay, so before we get some more business questions, we're going to go a bit into your past, like let's go to school years, if you can remember anything specific. You can see it with us.
Yeah, I came to Atlantis when I was 8 years old. I am from Pella. I think everybody knows me, Pella. So I'm a farm girl, right? So we moved to Atlantis when I was 8 years old, and I went to primary school at Parkview Primary and high school at Atlantis #1. Yeah, I dropped out of school when I was like 17.
Rebellious phase?
I think so, yeah. I think there was
the
a lot of
boyfriend?
motivation. No, when I said I don't want to go to school, it was just that.
Okay.
Nobody worried. At home for a year or two, went to work. And then at the age of 30, I decided to finish matric.
Okay.
And then I finished my matric at, I think all was now AFOS in Atlantis, the night school. I finished my matric there. And then I went on to work, and I went to work quite a few places. I did quite a few things in my lifetime. Yeah, worked quite a few years at some places. And then just before this opportunity came along, I was sort of unemployed for a while, but I started making jewelry, right?
Yes.
So the jewelry making business sustained me and my family for about 2 to 3 years. So that was a skill I acquired, and I mastered it after that through like videos on YouTube and all of that. And then the opportunity came along to start our own business, and yeah, I grabbed it, and 5 years down the line, we yeah, so it's, as I said before, it's two of us. My partner doesn't work in the company currently, she's got another job, so I run the company by myself. I've been doing it now for the past year and few months. It's tough, but I get by. So as you see in our offices, there's quite a few desks. Wondering one person, all of these desks. So what we also do as a company, as a SMME, we develop students, right, from West Coast College, but not limited to it, because we had a graduate not so long ago from the University of Northwest, but she was a media graduate, right? So she needed some work exposure, and we gave that to her, but The students from West Coast College is currently here. We have 2 students here. They are doing the business management in 6. So they're done with their theory, they do the practical here with me. What I can't teach them, I will have somebody come in and teach them. I'll give them exposure to, because their majors are sales and entrepreneurship. Which I can do with my eyes closed. So I take them to my clients, show them how you go in, how you
the professional side.
Yes, how you yes, you go to a client and all of that, what you say to the client, because when you go into the market, one of the things that I always teach them is that they have a supplier. They've been there a while, the company, so they have. So you must now tell them, we must convince them why they must buy from you. So what do you have that the others don't have? So sometimes it's difficult because people, they're used to men, and people buy from people. So you have to have a
word advertisement.
Yes, a go-getter attitude. You have to be a salesperson by heart, but I found out it doesn't always work like that. I'm not naturally a happy-go-lucky person. I'm not like that extrovert. I'm not an extrovert.
Yeah, but sometimes.
But ik kan gesels aan die gang nou.
But
I will see what is there in the office. Oh, do you play golf? Oh, is that your wife? Oh, such a beautiful woman. And and then you get it going. And so that's usually what I teach them. And I also teach them how to be an entrepreneur, man. If you see something is not working out, like every month, I'll have a meeting with them and just to see where we are. We've been stagnating as a company. What can we do to change it? And so that's basically being an entrepreneur, just is thinking or trying to figure out what can you add to your existing business to make it flourish or to make more money. And in business, there's not one month that is the same. One month you'll be here and the next month you'll be there. They're riding the wave of clients making money, and then you will go slowly down. But
that's where the skill coming, how to manage the financial side of the business, because if you must always think a few months down the line, put capital aside, stuff like that, and that is actually very important. That's why some business don't make it after 5 years, because the financial structure that they have is not on a level to survive or to keep that the business keep on running. And some people, as you might take money to the business and just enjoy themselves.
But in our case is that, I always say also this, that I've heard many people say that I haven't understood it fully until I was in business. It takes money to make money, right? So we would rather pay an accountant to look after our financial side, knowing that finance is not our strong point, right? Because you have to go study finance to be an expert and to understand it. Yes, we have courses like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but that doesn't make you an expert.
It just give you the basic.
Yes, I can't run the finances of my business alone, So that's why we pay an accountant to do that for us. So we have an accounting company that does that for us. So I would also, and they keep us accountable.
Yes.
So always have an accountability partner to make things run smoothly, or to, as you said, you will just take money out of the company because it's yours.
It is actually good, because then this person is checking up what's happening, and you can't just do the money. You need to go via them to approve to say.
And what the accountants normally do is they keep your things like sauce and
your sauce is dangerous.
They do that for you, right? So that's why you pay them, so that they can do your finances at the end of the month. They can do your finances at the end of your financial year end. And look at basis of people club, And if it's not, then they will ask you, where's this, where's that, and so they're basically keeping you accountable for your own business. I know some people say, it's my business, why must I not give a report back, or why must I? But that's just how, if you want your business to thrive or to grow, that is what you need. So a lot of people are like, I run solo, right? So you can run solo, but at the end of the day, it's like you said, you're going to take money here, you're going to take money there, and then it's money that doesn't even belong to you. It's in your company, it doesn't belongs to your suppliers. So you have to pay your supplier, you have to pay this one, you have to pay your rent, you have to, you know.
I think you said when you did your introduction that you worked, you dropped out of school and you did go work in a name of few places. And how was the experience there?
Okay, my first job was at, I think they are now ZTI, but it used to be safety belts, STI, no? They used to be that. So I worked there for a couple of years, and from there, I don't know where I worked after that. Let me think. But I know I worked for more than 10 years. I worked at Breakfree skin salons. After that, I worked at a creche in Dordrecht in Taylorville for a while, and then I went to teach after that. Don't ask me about that one, but I went to teach. That's how I know Vince's mom at Atlanta School of Skills, and I can just say it's the favor of God that brought me there. And then I thought I wanted to become a teacher, man.
Okay.
But somehow God showed me that wasn't for you.
It's not your way.
And then and then I became unemployed, obviously. And then I started with a jewelry business, doing it here and there, and sort of like doing business, making, selling, you know, stuff like that. And then this opportunity came along, and I grabbed this opportunity, and I didn't go. It wasn't feasible at the start of the business, right? Like you don't earn the amount of money that you want to earn, because we started the business from scratch, right? So you had to like do little things also to make like a side hustle and thing. So my side hustle was I was doing the jewelry, I was selling second-hand clothes, things like that. And that's where I think the entrepreneur
hit your big client, and then it gets a bit better, and then you take it slower. But that most also teaches you valuable lessons through the journey you're going through. You were talking about this work experience, and I think I also still experience some days where it's a bit worse, especially when you're working for someone. That person come from their house with a bad mood, and you just say the wrong thing, this person just attack you. But you said when you worked at the school, so that was basically your breaking free moment where you realized that this is not what I want to do.
You know, with having worked for other people or for factories, at factories and that, I'm actually glad I worked at factories, because I've learned to work with people. It made me, I can work with anybody, right? And I still have my friends from that time that I used to work with, and we've got beautiful friendships and things like that. And it teaches you to get along with people. And now I can actually apply a lot of things at work, because I come and I work with the students, so they basically work for me until the internship is finished, and they are here like 18 months at a time. Before them we also had that already graduated and that. So I learn, like you said, people come with their moods and stuff. So so I have to sometimes tell myself, don't be like that, because you know how it is. So I've been there, I've done that.
How the boss treated you, and you don't want to put that on the... Because there was, when I did the apprenticeship, it was like a few years back, and this guy, I was doing the internship at the workplace, but he was a bit older than me, so I was under him, and he told me, you must be punished the way I was punished. I was like, whoa, this is supposed to go wrong. You must actually do it science, so that people can see, don't put them through the same, because now you're just continuing the wheel. And that is not actually good, and most people want to be treated, you want to be treated better, so you can give a positive.
It is, yes.
Positive.
So them being, most of them, I think the youngest one we had here was 22 when they came, and now the oldest one that I have is 26.
Okay.
So they are still children. To me, they are children because I have a daughter of 28 and I have a son of 12. So I treat them as my kids, but also I have to prepare them for the real world outside. And except for us having to have formal training with them and that to develop them, I also have some. We talk life. I speak to them about life, how life is going to be. Or when I see them make an error, I'll call them in and say, listen, it's not done like that. When you can do it, and I can say, no, it's fine, I can overlook it, I can do it over, whatever. But when you go out and you do it somewhere else, there's going to be a repercussion, you know. So I also give them life lessons, a lot of it. They will tell you, I give them a lot of that. But there's a lot of times where we make jokes and I let them feel, you know,
basically,
exactly. You know, they are at home. Sometimes I have to remind them this is not your house.
Okay.
And I do.
Maybe they call him mommy.
No, they don't call me mommy. They call me Auntie Wilma. But the thing is, what we do is we prepare them for life outside.
Yes.
Because, and the thing is, for them working at an SMME, it's like they hit the jackpot because here you will get to learn about anything and everything. You'll get to learn how to work with clients, how to work with suppliers, how to do sales, how to do procurement, all of that in one. When you go to a big company, so for instance with this one, at just making an example, at one of your retail stores like Pick and Pay or ShopRite or whatever they do the internship there, they're only going to put them in one department.
Yes.
You know? So here they get exposure to everything. And they have logbooks that they need to it has to be completed at the end of the internship, and then they have to have experience of all of that.
Yes.
They have to have the evidence, everything.